Let's bring in PragerU personality Xavier DeRusso and SeattleRed.com creator, talk radio host Jason Rantz. Welcome to both of you. I want to put this up just to double down here on common sense. Here's what Axios wrote, quoting here, Trump's Oval Office is a danger zone for world leaders. Goes on to say, visiting the White House is no longer just a coveted opportunity to earn goodwill with the president and credibility back home. Under Trump 2.0, it carries the risk of a presidential ambush, Xavier. The media really here is in cahoots. A presidential ambush and a danger zone, the Oval Office?
People so desperately, particularly mainstream media, so desperately wants to paint Trump as this dangerous, chaotic dictator that you can't expect anything from. Well, here's what you can expect from Trump. When you come and sit down with the president of the United States, you need to come correctly. You need to come and be ready to have an honest conversation, a respectful conversation, and be able to acknowledge the reality of what's going on in your country. That's exactly what happened with this South African leader, just like what happened with Zelensky. So to try to pretend like Trump is the bad guy simply because he wants to discuss the truth, no. We're tired of having our country be slapped around by these other nations and them telling us how to move forward.
Meantime, here's a little bit more of Trump and NBC's Peter Alexander. Watch.
We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Look, here's burial sites all over the place. These are all white farmers that are being buried. And he asks about a jet that was given. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You are so bad. You're such a bad reporter.
It seems like they're just trying to sneak in a gotcha question, Jason Rantz, right? I mean, this got history unfolding here. We just need one gotcha question.
Of course, that's what they normally tried to do with Donald Trump, and they're not going to treat him fairly. I will say, generally speaking, I understand why a reporter might want to ask a question that is somewhat different from what the person themselves want to talk about. But it's not like this is a president who doesn't regularly talk to the press. He takes questions all the time. This administration takes questions all the time. And so it just seems rather odd and scripted in a way that he decided to do it in this moment, in this way, when there are plenty of opportunities to ask that question. And it's a valid question to ask.
Yep.
Just I think it's asked in bad faith and it's presented in bad faith.
Yeah, wrong venue. Meantime, Johnny Bellisario from Jesse Watters Show confronting former FBI Director James Comey. Watch.
Why are you on an 86 Trump?
I'm not taking questions like that now.
Why would you?
Just signing the book.
Why would you post that? Director Comey, how was your interview with the Secret Service?
You want the book signed, really?
Absolutely.
Okay, you got it, bud.
Can you sign my seashell too?
It's a fair question, right?
I mean, it's a very fair question. If you're going to be so bold, knowing the position that you hold and that you've held, is to say 86-47. That's the type of rhetoric that we need to stop. Okay, to call for violence, whether you are making it directly or indirectly, that needs to stop on both sides of the aisle if we want to be a civilized country. But the thing that to me is the most disgusting about this is do the Democrats have any men left? If you're going to say something that bold and that opinionated, then how about you stand on that? How about you actually answer the question instead of going around lying about, oh, you didn't know what 86-47 means? Please be serious.
Yeah. Meantime, Jake Tapper and Joe Scarborough saying that Biden, they're kind of going head to head here, right, Jason Rantz? And they're talking about, saying Biden thought Morning Joe was really a voting block. Listen.
Joe Biden said to staffers that he wanted to convince you that you were wrong. And he focused on you like you were a constituency, like you were farmers in Iowa, like you were the Kiwanis Club in New Hampshire. And he made sure that you thought differently. He made sure that you thought differently.
Jason.
Can we just think about this for a moment? Joe Biden thought Joe Scarborough had influence, the guy with no ratings that no one actually watches. He was trying to convince Joe Scarborough to fight for him because he thought that maybe it would help his presidency. If anyone was wondering whether or not Joe Biden had any idea what was going on, I think this proves that he clearly didn't.
Yeah. Jason Rantz, Xavier DeRusso, thank you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.